Sport news now, and, with the world has seen some platinum-grade crackpot leaders departing office this year, as we've seen. But there is one man who is holding fort, and luckily he's not in charge of a country, he's merely in charge of a sporting organisation. That man, of course, is Sepp Blatter.
Yeah.
And this week he added to his impressive portfolio of ludicrous comments by suggesting that if racist insults are exchanged between players on the pitch, they can be settled merely with a handshake at the end of the match.
Oh, dear.
And that will make everything fine.
Yes.
And
it's just like...
Football responded with one voice by saying, "Mr. Blatter, you are a turbo dick." He also suggested that genocide is fine as long as it happens on the field of play within the 90 minutes.
We've lost some of, as you mentioned, some of the most eccentric leaders around this year, Andy. Gaddafi, Berlusconi, Bin Laden, but it's easy not to miss any of them when they're all embodied in Sepp Blatter, president of FIFA and professional Pierre Poar, the executive director of Football Against Racism in Europe, condemned Blatter's comments, saying, "You just don't expect the world leader of football to be coming out with comments that seem ill-thought-out and insensitive." Yes, you do. This is Sepp Blatter we're talking about. He's been here for years. The man's a f***ing arsehole.
The Professional Footballers Association head, Gordon Taylor, said that Blatter should resign, and he said, "I feel this is the straw that broke the camel's back." Well, John, for years that camel has been lying on the floor, writhing around screaming, "Ow, my back is really sore." In fact, Blatter spent most of his career kicking that camel in its already shattered spine, giggling to himself and thinking of ways to annoy people.
That's right, the camels look out and think, "I can't move. I can't feel my hooves."
But I think we in Britain, we should applaud this. The idea that you can settle anything with a handshake, which I believe is pretty much how we wrapped our empire up. Mm-hmm. Was like, there you go, that's us out of here, all done, let's shake on it. Right, we are now quits. Good luck, we'll send the tiger skins back in the post. Do pop over any time.
In case you think Andy and I are coming on a little strong here, here's a little highlights package of Sepp Blatter's greatest goals from over the years. In 2004, he suggested that women wear tighter shorts to increase the popularity of women's football. In 2010, Sepp Blatter said that gay fans going to the 2022 World Cup in Qatar, where homosexuality is illegal, should refrain from sexual activity. And when John Terry was stripped of the England captaincy in 2010 following an alleged affair, Blatter suggested that he would be applauded in Latin countries. F*** you, Sepp Blatter. F*** you.
After awarding the 2022 World Cup to Qatar on the grounds that A, he'd always wanted to see what happens if you make elite athletes run around in 50-degree heat for 2 hours, and B, he wanted to see the looks on people's faces when he read the words out, "The winner is Qatar," without following up with the words, "Ah, got ya." He made this comment where he advised homosexuals to simply refrain from being so goddamn homosexual during the tournament.
Right.
This man, there's nothing that he will not turn his hand to, John, or isn't there? Because aside, you mentioned the women. He'd also described the way footballers are transferred between clubs as modern slavery. And this was whilst talking about Cristiano Ronaldo, who was transferred for 80 million and paid around about £250,000 a week, which even with 200 years of inflation, I think is a little bit more than the average plantation worker got. I guess they didn't have quite such pushy agents bumping up their transfer fee and wage packets, though. But there's one group that he has not turned his fire on, John. He's insulted blacks, women's, gays. And I know what you're all thinking here, buglers. Why has Sepp Blatter laid off the Jews? What have my people done wrong to escape this imbecile scattergun shitheadery?
Yeah.
And the answer is, John, he has delegated. Because the president of the Argentinian Football Association, one of Blatter's key allies, sod it, let's call him a henchman. Why not? Can you actually have a henchman if you are nice or not? Do you have to...
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you not have to be a bit of a dick to get a henchman?
No, Andy. That's a very offensive generalisation.
Really? I thought if you're nice, a henchman is just a secretary. But
oh, God, Andy, right? You're going to have the henchman's union coming down on you like a ton of bricks.
Well, anyway, his henchman, the Argentinian FA president, Julio Grondona, who has been variously described as an embarrassment to his entire continent. That is a big area to embarrass simultaneously. Also likes to be known as the Godfather, which is not usually the sign of someone with an appropriate level of self-awareness and modesty. But anyway, Grondona said, "I do not believe a Jew can ever be a referee at the highest level. It's hard work,
God.
and you know Jews don't like hard work."
Oh, my God.
So there you go. And this was 8 years ago, John. What is this man doing now? He is still in FIFA in one of the top positions alongside Sepp Blatter. I guess we should just be thankful, John, that Grondona and Blatter are mercifully restricted to the relatively safe area of sports admin.
Yes.
Because in the same way that a couple of different turns early in life could have turned Colonel Gaddafi into a circus entertainer instead of a brutal despot, if Blatter had taken the other fork in the road, he could so easily have ended up sitting in the dock in The Hague, watching the tide roll and refusing to recognise the legitimacy of the court. Every time I hear the latest verbal atrocity Blatter has committed, I think to myself, this is a great day for humanity. This could have been so much worse.
Andy, Sepp Blatter has giant brass balls flanking what has to be a tiny penis.